What's good with you guys, man? It's Grind Life Productions back at it again with another video. I hope you guys have been doing good. I hope you guys have been taking care of yourselves. And most importantly, I hope you guys have still been fighting that good fight. Because what you guys need to understand is that it's just you versus you. It's you versus you. You may think that it's you against the whole world, but in reality, everybody's just fighting against themselves. Everybody's just fighting against their lower natures. Everybody is just fighting to make the right decisions. Because being righteous, doing the right thing, it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job at all. It's pretty difficult because the flesh wants what it wants. And the flesh, you think the flesh wants to live a righteous lifestyle? No, it doesn't. It wants all the things that's going to satisfy it and gratify it in the short term. But we got to think, we got to have a long-term mindset. We got to think longevity with everything that we do. What will this do for us in about 3 to 5 years? If I keep this up, where will I be in the next few years? These are the questions that we need to ask ourselves, because when we have these conversations with ourselves, we're able to make rational and logical decisions. When we think with a short-term mindset, we do all the things that'll satisfy us for right then and there, but we're just going to feel bad right afterwards. So we got to avoid that at all costs. Got to avoid that at all costs. I'm going to assume that you guys are adults, and I'm going to assume that you guys are not children. If you are a kid, then you're about to learn a lot today, because when you get older, you're going to have to make certain choices. And these choices, they can either make or break you. And you will know what the right thing is to do. But the question is, will you do it? Will you do it? Will you go through it? Will you turn it down? Will you turn down the temptation and focus on the success? Or will you accept the temptation and reap the consequences? Because there's consequences to all of your actions, good or bad. So never forget that. Never forget that. So what you guys need to understand is that if you really want to succeed, you just got to win the fight within. Because that's where the true fight is. That's where the war is really being fought. That's where it's being fought. When people say they're going through spiritual warfare, they're just conflicted. They got to make a decision. And part of them wants to make that decision, but the other side of them doesn't want to make that decision. So they're wrestling with themselves. But in the Bible, God tells us that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the principalities of peace. So it's a struggle to keep the peace, because it's certain things that we don't want to sacrifice. It's certain things that we don't want to let go, because we feel as though that if we let these things go, then it's not going to come back and we won't be fulfilled, and we're missing a great opportunity. But whole time we just dodged a bullet. Because we look at other people who get into similar situations that we almost could have potentially got into. But we start to see that they sold. And we were actually the ones who came out on top, because we didn't allow ourselves to fall victim to that nonsense. We chose to win. We chose to be the best. What's your move? What's your move? It's a daily nonstop fight. Every day you got to fight. Every day you wake up, you got to get it in. The only time like you can truly rest is literally when you sleeping. When you about to go to sleep. That's the only time. That's the only time you're not fighting, because you're resting. You're resting just to get back up and do it all over again. And a lot of people, they may lose motivation in that, but that's okay. That's okay, because real ones understand what they got to do. Real ones understand the sacrifices that need to be made to get to that point of where they dream to be. Only the real understand, and only the real can relate. You got to be a real individual. You got to be a real individual. And being a real individual means you make real decisions. You make real decisions. Yeah, you could have had it all, but you knew it wasn't worth it, so you didn't do it. And honestly, you did a good thing. You did a good thing, because when we turn down the temptation to fall down to our low vibrational desires, we get stronger spiritually. We get stronger spiritually, because there's a lot of negative forces in this world that just want to bring you down, want to take you down, knock you off of your throne, but you can't let them win. You can't let them win. Social media is a big advocate. You see how they just be pushing like all these sexual agendas. You can't fall victim to that. You can't fall victim to that. You got to change your algorithm. You got to change your algorithm. If you got all that crazy stuff in your feed, bro, you need to get some motivational stuff in there, or better yet, just get off of it. Get off of social media and live life. Get off of social media and live life, because that's really what we have to do. We get so caught up into this virtual world to the point where we forget about everything else that's going on the outside. We can't forget. We can't forget. This is just a tool. We need to use social media as a tool. We we can't let it control us. We got to be better than that. This is why I say it's you versus you. It's you versus you. Are you really going to make the decision to be great, or are you just going to say, you know what? I'm tired of fighting and I know I can't win. So, you know what? I'm just done. You never want to get down to that point. You never want to get down to that point, because it's like, once you tell yourself that you're giving up, yeah, it's going to be tough to make a comeback. I'm not going to say it's impossible, because all things are possible through Christ, but it's going to be tough to make a comeback, because in the Bible it says, as a man thinketh, so is he in his heart. So whatever you think about yourself, however you talk about yourself, that's essentially who you are. Your actions will reflect that. The outside appearance of yourself, that'll reflect it as well. So you really got to be conscious about the things that you say, and you really got to be conscious about the people that you keep around you, because, bro, these people really don't have your best interests at heart. They want you to give up. They don't want you to win. They don't want you to be better than them. So they'll do their best just to sabotage you, and you won't even know it. You won't even know it. This is why I say, when you guys are getting something big happening, when you got some good cooking up, bro, just don't tell nobody. Don't tell anybody. Just do it. Just do it and pop out. Pop out with it. Pop out with it. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do, because a lot of people just really just be hating out here. They be hating and they don't want to see you do good things. So I'd rather them hate while I already got it going than for them to hate and try to tear me down before it can even happen. I like to surprise people. I like to just pop up on the scene and be like, yeah, here I am. I know I got all this going on right now, but take your time, soak it all in, digest it, because this is the reality. So you can see the work that I've been putting in. You can see the results of my training, because I've been going hard behind closed doors. I've been doing my thing. And it's going to show eventually. It's going to show eventually. I got high hopes for everything that I do right now, because I know it's going to lead to a greater position. You guys know I'm doing that push-up challenge, trying to get monetized. It's things that I'm learning every single day to just increase the gravity levels and just get better. So yeah, you're never too old to learn, and people can teach you some things that's really essential. So just because somebody's trying to tell you certain things that you could do to get better, it doesn't mean that they're trying to knock you off or anything like that. So you don't got to be a know-it-all. You don't have to be a know you don't have to be a know-it-all. Just don't get too big-headed and remain humble. Don't get too big-headed and remain humble, because pride is the devil, bro. If you have too much pride, that'll be your downfall. That'll be your downfall, because people are going to see how arrogant you are. And bro, it's like you're bringing negativity to yourself. And there's a big difference between just pride and pure confidence, because confidence is when that this certain thing is going to happen, and you got what it takes to get it done. But pride is like, it's just that arrogant feeling, and you just don't want help from anybody because you feel like you're the best. You don't feel like anybody's smarter than you. You don't feel like anybody's better than you. You just think you're better than everybody else, but that's just not the case. You got to let that go. You got to let that ego go. You got to drop your ego, bro. Drop the ego. It's not getting you anywhere. That's a false representation of yourself, because that's not you. That's what you think you are. That's what you think you are. If your actions don't align with that, if your actions haven't been building up your character to what you feel like it should be, then, bro, drop that ego, bro. Drop the ego. Drop the ego. It's only going to get you in trouble. It's only going to get you in trouble. But yeah, man. Yeah, you're really your worst enemy, and it's just you versus you every single day, bro. And one more thing, give yourself grace and be grateful for your blessings, because although we are fighting this battle, although we are going through the spiritual warfare, we got to look back to all the good things that we got. We got to look at all the good people that we have in our circle, and we just got to be grateful. We got to thank God for them, because that's really all we can do. That's really all we can do, because yeah, man, we can't just be so caught up in the fight to where we forget about everything else, and to where we just push it all to the side. Nah, nah. Focusing on the little things, the little blessings, the small progress, it helps us get ready for the for the big blessings, because it's like it's conditioning us, and it's getting us right. So yeah, man, we just gotta trust the process, because when it works out, it's gonna work out, and you're gonna be lit, and you're gonna be laughing. Well, you probably won't be laughing, but you're just gonna be thankful for all the tough times that you've been through, and you're gonna be like, it all worked out. So yeah, man, we just gotta keep on going hard every single day, bro. Every single day. Keep up the fight. Fight the good fight every day. But yeah, man, hope you guys got something good out of this message, and just keep on fighting. But yeah, follow me on Instagram at grind_CJ27, and also follow my other Instagram page at grind_life productions, and follow me on TikTok as well at grind life productions. With that being said, we will be signing out. Peace.